everybody, this is Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS, and here with another Death Battle reaction. This is my second one, or I should say my second one that I've actually posted. I have recorded a few in the past, never posted them, just because I've always been on the edge about Death Battle, don't want to get pigeoned in, and so this one, I'm recording this, and this is another one. I don't know if this is ever going to see the light of day. If nobody reacts to my other Death Battle and says, hey, yeah, you got to do this one, then I'm not going to post this because it's Darth Vader. I love it when they have Star Wars, when they bring sci-fi into Death Battle, but he's versus Obito, who is from Naruto, Burrito, what? Man, no, I want a burrito. Anyways, he's from that show. They recently did an Obi-Wan versus a Naruto character. Obi-Wan had that like in a landslide, in my opinion. So to me, this kind of seems weird because those are not two franchises that I feel are a big verse. Like maybe that was a big verse up mashup, and because they did that, now they want to like what are we gonna get next? Are we gonna get Naruto versus Luke, or Anakin? You know, it's just one of those things that. I don't really see like these two properties being directly against each other. I'm just not a Naruto fan. No offense to people who are. I like anime, but it's just. I forgot to put my lighting on. But yeah, it's one of those things that I enjoy this stuff, but I don't know if because I'm only on one side of this. Now I feel like I have two lines of thought here. First, while Death Battle never says, oh, we want this guy to win and that's who's going to win. They do their research, they do that. And all the people who are out there going, you can disagree with the results, but you cannot say that they don't do research because they have a whole team that they pay hourly pay to. That work on each one of these death battles takes a couple of months to produce. And they have separate teams producing separate ones. So to act like they don't do research, what are they spending all that time doing and debating and researching for if they're just picking it up? Like I said, we're nerds. We can debate. We can disagree with the result they came at. But like this constant saying, the death battle team, they don't put in the work. They don't know what they're talking. Like, they do. But sometimes, Star Wars here, you can look at certain things from a certain point of view. There was the recent one where they were talking about a speed feat, and I just I didn't agree with it. They were giving, I can't remember what the character was. Man, I can't. But anyways, they were talking about spaceship travel, and I was like, no, that's not how. If a character gets in a spaceship and it goes into like a warp bubble, or it creates like a wormhole through space or goes through subspace, that is not a speed feat of reaction time, because that essentially, like, the person steering the Enterprise can't see hundreds of times the speed of light and have that reaction time, because he's in a subspace warp bubble, and it's different. It's completely different. Time is relative in there, so stuff like that kind of grinds my gears when people try to put that on them, that they don't do the research. But there are certain feats, certain things you can look at and you go, no, I interpret it this way, and the other person goes, no, I interpret it this way. They're not the showrunners. They don't know how, like, the creator's intent. They don't know what the audience, like, they look at something at face value, they do math, they do calculations, they do all this research, but at the end of the day, they're interpreting things as they've seen on screen, and it's all fake, fictional stuff. So it's not like you can 100% for sure this is what happened. And it's just like there's tons of characters that can, blow up suns and moons, but like they're losing in a fist fight to somebody who's much less powerful. Like the physics and stuff of this world, it is fun to look at that and then like overanalyze it and be a nerd about it. But like, as much as the show jokes about being like the definitive thing, there's still so much of it that is up to interpretation because it's not really happening. And it's like, you can apply all the real world physics you want, and then you see something else happening over here that like completely breaks real world physics. I think it was like the on like game theory. Like, they've talked about some of the things in Minecraft, but then they're like, oh no, but this in Minecraft means that this world operates on like this totally different type of gravity or something like that. There's been theories about like Sonic's atmosphere being different, and that's why Sonic can breathe in the upper atmosphere when he's in space, but he can't breathe underwater, and that's that the atmosphere actually extends out more, and there's breathable air, which would mean that it's a completely different style planet than Earth, which would mean all the laws of physics and everything that we apply to Earth does not apply to Sonic. It's fun to get nerdy and explore that things, but then sometimes it's a certain point of view perspective. So, you know, and I've had plenty of Deathbattles I disagree with. But one of the things, that's a long tangent, one of the things I'm getting at is with this, sometimes when they do an outcome, they try to pick a battle that either has the opposite, doesn't always work, like they try to balance, like, when they're doing Marvel and DC characters, they're like, yeah, we're pretty sure this guy's going to win. Sometimes they try to balance it so it's not like DC always winning. And they do like kind of a slightly mismatched episode. Now, they have talked in their cast that sometimes they do that, and then they get into the comic lore and they realize what they thought was this turned out to be this. Like, this character they thought was the total underdog will get defeated on DC side suddenly has like some weird Golden Age, Silver Age, weird stuff in the comics that like just suddenly makes them like an omnipotent god, despite not being portrayed that way. So sometimes that comes to bite them. Now the other thing that they'll do is when there's a new form. So when they have a matchup that is a highly requested matchup, they do it, and then a year or two later, especially this is with anime, like the characters are constantly getting new forms. Goku's going Super Saiyan God, Blue, Turbo, Ultra, Max, Super. You know, he's every time that, and so everyone's like, well, then when he beat Superman? Well, what do? They take another Dragon Ball character and they go, okay, well, let's have him fight this person. Okay, they're fighting this person. Do we believe that person can beat Superman? Okay, no. Well, the world of Dragon Ball. Sometimes they do that. They'll take another character in the franchise. They go, this franchise has leveled up. The story's progressed. It's anime. It's shonen. They keep like just getting to more and more ridiculous. Like, you know, the new One Piece show is coming out, and I'm getting into One Piece, and I'm watching like Usopp is like, he's a loser. You know, he's a wannabe this, and he's just a guy with slingshots with little goofy, you know, Goonies type weapons. And you know, they're going against some of that, but like all of a sudden he's defeating people that are like on Zoro's pig level, and he's escaping or something and holding himself, and he's going into these battles with them, and he's not dying. Like, he should be the casualty every time. You look at like every other member of this is like super strong, super amazing, super top elite, and then there's him. He's the same with Nami. Like, Nami's a great thief. She's this. She's brilliant. But like, she's a good fighter. But she's not like these other characters. Those two should be getting killed by the end of that 1,000 episodes. Whatever. Like, they're going to be ridiculously powerful. That's just how anime works. It's a slow build. A lot of superhero comics, heroes are powerful out the gate. But with anime, it's not. So one of the things they'll do is, instead of just redoing, you know, the same battle over and over and having rematches, they do that occasionally, but usually they don't. I mean, I think there's only been 3 rematches. There's the Link versus Cloud, the Mario versus Sonic, and then there was Goku versus Superman 2. So this is just one of those things where I don't really think this is going to be something that's that. What I think is they're doing this because Naruto has leveled up since the one, and there's some new ability in there. Oh, with this ability, he beat Obi-Wan, and so now they're going, well, now we're going to do it, and there's going to be something in Naruto that suddenly makes Vader lose. That said, Obi-Wan won. Vader beats Obi-Wan, and you know, we're going up against another Naruto character. Vader's going to win. That's what I say. Let's go ahead and get into this.
Episode of Deathbattle is sponsored by Brandon Yates. Again?
Brandon Yates. all the Vader fans, shout out to the Riptide Network. Amazing Star Wars podcasting.
Die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills. to
And
find
do out they
who
all
would win
become heroes
the
again?
Deathbattle. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Iron Fist of the Galactic Empire ruled everything. All thanks to the super powerful super murderer
Is
Darth Vader.
that from...
His spooky mask lay the husk of former nice guy Anakin Skywalker. As a child of the harsh wastes of Tatooine, Anakin longed to one day free his fellow
Not a
slaves
prequel fan.
as a heroic Jedi. Lucky for him, he met Qui-Gon Jinn, a Jedi who believed little Annie was the chosen one and would bring balance to the Force.
I have never gotten into that form of like the Tarnovsky Clone Wars.
So was the plan until
Which is funny because I like Samurai Jack and stuff, but
Apprentice became Anakin's mentor.
oh, see right there, straight through the gut, straight dead center. That's why he died.
I'm sure that won't cause any awkward tension whatsoever. Drama and trauma aside, Anakin quickly became a powerful Jedi.
We
He
were
excelled in
brothers.
lightsaber combat and the Force, an energy field that binds all living things together. The Force lets Jedi move stuff with their mind, fend off mental attacks, predict the future, and make people believe these aren't the droids they're looking for. They're basically space wizards. Through rigorous training and a not unnoticeable natural talent, Anakin
These
was
aren't
particularly
the
skilled in
droids
the
you're
older
looking
5
for.
lightsaber fighting styles, Xian and Jem So. Also known as the Way of the Great Dragon. You know that big sand dragon Mando blew up from the inside? Yeah, make that a lightsaber. Form 5 is incredibly versatile, well suited for defending against lightsaber and blaster.
I understand and know about the forms, but like that's even like beyond my nerd level. Like some people focus on, oh no, this guy versus this guy, like he's got a form advantage.
Become a Jedi Knight. Even as a newly knighted Jedi, Anakin could keep up with some of the most experienced Jedi Masters and Sith Lords of his time. But he had plenty of other problems to deal with, like his late-blooming rebellious teenage angst. I mean, you don't just throw a kid into space monk school and expect him to forget everything he ever cared about, right? Well, apparently that's what he was supposed to do. The life of a Jedi can be difficult and cold, something Anakin could not accept.
Ahsoka, enjoying that show.
His secret wife die in childbirth, he was seduced to the dark side through the promise of power. And so began his Jedi kill streak, until Obi-Wan gave him a glorious lava bath. How refreshing. But thanks to his new Sith Master Palpatine, our young warrior was saved, reborn, rebuilt. He was now Darth Vader. Vader is a badass. Everyone knows it, and they're terrified of him. I mean, just look at the guy.
Yep,
As impressive as his
he
armor
is
appears, you might be
part of
surprised
the
by
big
it.
reason, part of why Star Wars is so cool.
The Jedi view the Force as an ally. The Sith see it as a tool from which they draw power through passion and emotion. Most potently, negative emotions. Palpatine trained Vader by not only making him believe he killed his wife, but also ensuring he would never forget the monstrous machine he had become. By making the suit suck ass and piss him off. Seriously, Vader hates this suit. The armor would beep at random times just to annoy him, and the life support system was outdated from the start. Sometimes it would even turn off for several
So here's a question for the chat.
Good for someone with burning
If Vader's suit didn't have all these things which like increased his rage and Sith power, would he be more or less powerful? Because it also hinders him.
he was evil, but I never knew he was such a dick. Well, despite
So like
the
if he didn't have that, would he be more powerful?
of a slash
Or does that make him more powerful in the dark side? Oh, I just love this scene. I'm not a huge Rogue One fan, but this scene. Oh, now that scene. bleh. Kenobi.
anything that's even a minor inconvenience. Hell, sometimes you skip straight to crushing your lungs. One time, a droid named I-5 tried to
I like that they're even including Lego. Like they've got Robot Chicken in here, Lego, Tarnovsky Clone Wars, regular Clone Wars, live action.
shit as Palpatine threw at him.
I've got every version of Vader in here.
Stubborn enough to push through it. Palpatine knew that Vader would eventually try to kill him and take over the Empire. It's how the Sith work. So he constantly fanned Vader's hatred by sending assassins after him.
Showing how Maul did that.
Being his apprentice. Oh, that's nothing. One time, he blasted off most of Vader's robo limbs, destroyed his armor, dropped him back on the lava planet, and told him to make his way back without the Force. An impossible task, yet one Vader accomplished. Yeah, because he really, really, really wants to kill Palpatine.
How is he really doing that without the oath?
Keeping Force
Without the
weapons
Force?
alive, and has sustained many Sith in conditions that would otherwise kill
Like,
them.
they put some Isla Amari there?
Should have hated a little more. Vader has killed hundreds, possibly thousands of Jedi, including Obi-Wan himself. He's fought entire armies on his own, and even taken on monsters the size of mountains. He's so unstoppable, an assassin droid hired to kill him quit the job because he calculated that Vader was impossible to kill. And in Ewok's material from the old Legends canon, a real deep cut, we know. Lesser dark side users like
Oh wow, they are pulling in everything. Love this.
artifact capable of shifting moons, a feat which would require energy worth over 12 septillion tons of TNT. That's 24 zeros. But if you want something more recent, here's a planet blowing up while Vader was on it, and he's fine. But thanks to both his incredible power and the mercy and trust of his secret son, Vader would eventually avenge the atrocities of Palpatine. Even more important, he finally saved someone he loved. Ultimately, Anakin Skywalker truly did bring balance to the Force.
Finally. But then he died.
Kage, the leader of the Hidden Leaf Village and their strongest ninja, respected and loved by all. Though few have attained this title, many have strived for it. One such striver, sadly lacking in parents, wanted to both help people and be acknowledged by the rest of the village. And what better way to do that than having your face carved into a mountain? If you think I'm talking about Naruto, guess again. This is the story of Obito Uchiha. Obito unfortunately lacked the natural talent for ninja arts attributed to his Uchiha bloodline. So he signed up for ninja school and eventually joined a team with his rival Kakashi, his crush Rin, and their leader.
Isn't that like
Where'd you think I
Brock Lee or whatever it is?
Not one that teaches you
Brock
to
Lee.
harness this form of chakra, a limited
You know,
form of
like,
physical and spiritual
he was
energy
also
that
someone who
synthesizes
didn't have like a good connection to that stuff, so
weaponized. He can use
I
it
don't
to
know.
run up walls and make clones of himself, but even better, blow shit up. This is ninjutsu. Among its many techniques include elemental attacks, and the Uchiha specialize in all things fire. Big fireballs, small fireballs, waves of fire, columns of fire, you name it, they've got it. So when Ninja World War III came along, it totally made sense to get this fire ninja involved at the age of 11. Yikes! Well, lucky for Obito, he had one more secret weapon up his sleeve. Eye socket. The
hope I didn't mess that up. I just got a thing that said that
precise vision, allowing someone to see the flow of chakra. Predictable
I had
cast
a phone call and it was pausing my video.
even break out of said. Too bad he didn't get to use the red eye.
That'll make editing this hard.
10 minutes after he got the damn things, he got smushed under a big rock. What a way to go! But since he wasn't expecting to use his super eyes anymore, he handed one off to Kakashi, and then he died. The end. Just kidding. Miraculously, Obito survived long enough to be rescued by
Yeah, it's Naruto.
the legendary Madara. Madara granted Obito a new body, regenerating the limbs he'd lost. You're probably thinking, oh, what a swell guy. Except he was not. Madara was brewing some plans for world domination and needed a pawn to carry them out. So he tricked Obito into watching Kakashi kill Rin, making him fall victim to the Uchiha's curse of hatred. Within the Uchiha clan, there exists an ideal of being extremely devoted to love. It has been speculated that if a particularly powerful Uchiha loses someone important...
I mean, I wonder if all these Naruto fans that don't know anything about Star Wars look at the Star Wars rundown and go, wow, Star Wars is like messed up and weird and makes no sense. Because that's to me how Naruto is. Like, the constant dying but re-coming back and sharing eyeballs and like, there's a lot of weird stuff in Naruto.
Well, not quite. Kamui gives Obito the power to move through objects in a manner that's similar to the common phasing superpowers into the Flash or Kitty Pryde. In reality, it's much more complex, as Obito is actually teleporting parts of his body into the Kamui.
I love that they do stuff like this during the rundown, make him like go intangible and all that. That's just great.
If it looks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's phasing. Heads up! Yeah.
Mecha Goose!
Way later on, he also got another super eye. Man, he's really swapping these things around like a Prime sub on Twitch. This Renegon grants Obito the power of the six paths, giving him some nifty abilities like controlling gravity with the David path, ripping out souls with the human path, and summoning giant monsters with the animal path. With all of the awful stuff he'd gone through, Obito realized that the ninja world was corrupt.
A lot of interesting stuff here, but Vader's got this. Like, the Force, like, he's surviving planets being destroyed.
Carry out rogue shinobi to form the Akatsuki terrorist group and kicked off Ninja World War IV, all to revive the monstrous Ten Tails. I know what you're thinking. Wasn't the whole point
Not Ninja World War
in
IV.
the first place? And that's a very good question. Anyway, the Ten Tails, a living mass
Wait.
of near inexhaustible
Ninjas cover the whole world? Because how can you have a Ninja World War?
massive thunderstorms and hurricanes, multiple clones of itself, and the devastating tailed beast bomb. Forget bomb. That's basically a super nuke. This chakra ball is so explosive, it can eclipse continents and reduce mountains to dust. Comparing the surface area of this blast to the surrounding mountains, dispersing
But
that
what
much
about the
mass
destruction of a
in a second
planet?
must have yielded a kinetic energy worth over 13 septillion tons of TNT. That's 24 zeros. Again, Obito wanted that power for himself and was willing to throw hands with anyone to get it. He's held up against master ninjas like Kakashi, Minato, and even Naruto in his monster energy drink form, which could outmaneuver the fastest attack from the Lightspeed Raikage. And he far surpassed all of them when he finally sealed the Ten Tails within himself, becoming its Jinchuriki. This little makeover granted him unlimited flight, power rivaling the legendary Sage of Six Paths, and the truth-seeking orbs. These special little bowling balls can shapeshift into any form the user wants, like a staff, giant arms, an umbrella thing, or this crazy spiral blade that apparently helped shape the whole world. Oh, holy shit, it's huge! The truth-seeking orbs can completely disintegrate anything they touch.
Has he been in Deathbattle before? I can't tell if like some of these characters in Naruto have like similar backstories, because I feel like some of this was in one of the other Naruto death battles. Yeah, the standing there with that. There was another character.
Infinite Tsukuyomi, a powerful illusion that would trap the entire world in a never-ending dream, free of conflict and sorrow. But the violent cruelty of the ninja world could only quiver in fear when the anime protagonist walked in the room. After getting one-two'd by some talk-no jutsu, Obito saw within Naruto the spirit of his former self, someone who was always trying to help others. And they'd say his heart grew 3 sizes that day. Obito joined Naruto and Kakashi in saving the world, giving his life to protect his friends. And in his last moments, he entrusted them with reaching the dream he had.
Okay, I'm ready for the battle.
To become Hokage, of which they both succeeded. Though he may have lost his ninja way, Obito Uchiha overcame his hatred and helped realize the world he wanted. Again? He can't keep getting away with it. He won't. Actually, he will because we love him. This
For the ads.
by Brandon Yates. Dive into the thrilling world of versus music as Brando brings hypothetical matchups to life through his commissioned composition.
So he's the guy who does the music for death battles sometimes.
Bringing the awesome tunes you love to rock out to. Hollow Dreams, Princes of Pride, Hedge of Tomorrow, some of our all-time greats. In fact, he composed the track for this very episode. Please support
I really
Brandon's
like Hedge of
work
Tomorrow.
and enjoy more of his music by subscribing to his channel and following him on Spotify. Have you ever had a matchup that you want to see on the show and you just wish you had the music track for it? Well, fans of Deathbattle have been loving Brandon's hundreds of commissioned tracks for years. Everything from hard rock to jazzy to electronic to orchestral choirs. And because Brandon is literally one of the main composers of this show, every track he makes sounds straight out of Deathbattle itself. Love the music from Deathbattle? Then don't wait. Subscribe to Brandon Yates' YouTube and follow him on Spotify right away. Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data.
Don't have Spotify, but I believe I have him on YouTube. Death battle! Begin.
I sense your fear, your anger, and a power. I will be taking it. That power will save this cursed world. You'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. Then you will die. What? All too easy.
Go Vader. Oh, right there.
I won't disappoint.
Okay, the intangible thing is a little bit OP. They're just docking it all off effortlessly. Padme? You see, as the illusions there. Just took out that eye. Because it's the source of his powers.
You've lost your humanity as well.
On the path of the dark side, it is inevitable. Impressive.
Take it, Vader. Come on, you can do it. Oh, yeah. That's the power of the Force.
This is inevitable.
A lot of ways, Vader seems to be outclassing him, but my only concern is, can he actually kill this guy? Ooh. No. See, Vader's still got this. Vader still got this because, like, Vader, his rage is going to increase here.
Accept this gift and die.
Too late.
Oh no, it's that illusion thing. Will Anakin fall for this? He kind of did when he was in the thing with Mortis Arc.
From hell. Find peace in the next life.
How come his eye is back? I thought Vader crushed that eye. I'm confused. Big L for me.
Well, Vader may have been able to beat Obi-Wan, but he just couldn't handle Obito.
This was a fairly complex match. Both Darth Vader and Obito were roughly even in power and speed, so it truly came down to their skill and arsenals.
And boy, did they have some deep bags of tricks. Even some of the same tricks. Both could fend off mental attacks. Both could move things around with their minds. And they both even had options to instantly kill each other.
Vader could
But how
crush
come
Obito's body, but Obito
Obi-Wan
could just as easily rip
could
out
win,
Vader's
but
soul.
not Vader?
However, Obito had a few more impressive options available to him, edging out just enough to earn a win.
For starters, Kamui made Obito extremely difficult just to touch, let alone injure. And as a Jinchuriki, he could regenerate from half of his body getting destroyed. While the dark side could help Vader survive extreme conditions, it obviously can't regrow limbs.
Plus, thanks to his wide array of jutsu, Obito would eventually overwhelm Vader. While chakra may normally be a limited source of energy, unlike the Force, the Ten Tails provided Obito with an unlimited supply. And since chakra is both spiritual and physical energy, this means Obito would be able to fight on indefinitely.
Last but not least, Vader's preference for lightsaber combat means that he'd be up close and personal with Obito, right? Which left him vulnerable to getting disintegrated by one of the many truth-seeking orbs. Or even worse, sucked up into the Kamui dimension. Yeah, don't forget about that. Not only would he have no way out, he probably wouldn't even be able to tap into the Force while stuck there. Game over. Have fun starving to death, I guess. Wonder how long you can feed on hate.
Darth Vader may have had a tenacity that few
So
others
once
could
again,
match, but against
I'm
Obito's
trying to
similar
understand
rank
why
and
Obi-Wan just like had like a resounding victory.
there was no escape.
In the end, Vader's victory just wasn't meant to be.
The winner is Obito Uchiha.
Bad pun.
Thanks for
Bad
watching.
pun.
Stay tuned. We have a new Death Battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see Death Battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Next time, Gene versus Raven. Interesting. Okay, well, yeah, I don't exactly know. I got it wrong. I don't know if I really understand why I got it wrong, or why the other time Obi-Wan won, but all I gotta say is that battle was great. That battle was amazing. And because that battle was so good, yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. I really, really enjoyed this. It was just such a cool battle. It's one of those things like you hate to see Vader lose, but man, he did it in such a great fashion. Now, like, I mean, he looked powerful. He didn't look weak. It was real good showing. So I'm happy with this. Maybe I'll post it because I really did enjoy that animation, but I don't know if like my takes on it are really all that worth it. But let me know what you think of this. Did they get it right? Did they not? Naruto fans, let me know. And then next time, superhero Raven versus the Phoenix. That'll be an interesting one. Because, well, my knee-jerk reaction is the Phoenix. Raven is secretly kind of like the Phoenix, too. So, we'll have to see. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.